Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for June 8th, 2026. We've got adventures and base today, and we've got plan as the only source of trashing. For raw, we've got magpie, gear, council room, storyteller, lawcity, and potentially library. It's a pretty good amount of draw options for plus actions, Lost City, and Festival. And for gains, +5 from Festival and Council Room. Treasure Trove can gain treasures. All right. So it looks like a very hmm, say this. It's a there's not a lot of um, like crazy stuff going on here. Like you're just building a deck that where you try to draw your deck and have some money and buy some things, even though you have storyteller, which can potentially do some crazy things here. It really doesn't. Um, I could see, even though plan is the only trashing, and you see you can't really like continue to trash coppers. I could see Treasure Trove being a relevant card here as an efficient way to add payload, um, in conjunction with Storyteller, which is going to not only like let you take advantage of having a lot of money payload, but also is going to let you play the Treasure Trove and thus accelerate the the gaining of said payload. There's also some reliability in the form of dungeon and gear. So that helps with, if you stuff a bunch of treasures into your deck, it helps with your odds to avoid just dudding. The fact that the plus buy cards are Festival and Council Room is a little bit awkward. There's plenty of them, but they're expensive. I do think we probably want to trash estates, which means we probably just open plan Magpie and then Magpie. And well, there is also Fairy. Well, that could potentially make a difference in terms of picking up one of the 5 costs, or like, in theory, you could Fairy and plan on the same pile. I think plan Magpie is probably just better anyway. I guess actually, I was saying like you're gonna not really be able to trash the coppers, but I guess in theory, you can move the plan token around and keep trashing. I think in practice that's probably not gonna like be very realistic, but anyway, I definitely think like I mean I would like to be able to open with like a gear or a dungeon, but I think it's too important to plan Magpie. Okay, so do we want a gear or a dungeon? I We're gonna want a festival like relatively early because it's gonna be our source of plus buy. I mean, we obviously council room could be, but would prefer festival anyway. We got plenty of other draw. We don't need to be drawing block cards. Anyway, that pushes me a little bit towards gear. I think getting both of them is reasonable, but I think start with a gear. Wow, first 5 treasure trove. That is a choice. That is a choice. Okay. Um, do we just take a festival already? Maybe. I think so. Why didn't I even consider putting fairy on something when I bought that gear? I definitely should have. I don't know that I should have done it, but I should have considered it. This would be a good time for our magpie to duplicate. Oh, okay. Okay. Um, we have up to 7 coins. We could ferry something. Bury a 5 and buy a 5 costs 6. So we could set aside Copper Estate with that. Uh, hmm. Is it ridiculous to just buy? Well, like to just get another festival? Ferrying Storyteller wouldn't be bad. We don't super need a storyteller right now. I also wouldn't mind getting another gear. Hmm. We could even potentially go gear dungeon. Hold off on the ferry for the moment. If we were trashing more, I would be considering treasure trove. Like if we'd already like gained some more magpies and trashed some more cards with that, but we haven't. Gear dungeon, like the dungeon has some potential to set up magpie stuff. Hmm. It's not like we're drawing deck here, although we have the potential to come pretty close next turn because we have. Oh no, not really. Yeah, yeah. I think I actually do like this. Bury the Lost Cities. Okay. Well. Oh, I kind of forgot I was gonna have plus actions here. We have the dungeon, so we could gain a magpie that trashes the other estate. It leaves the other estate on top, but the dungeon can discard it. We have 9 coins right now. Could just get another dungeon and festival, or we could go ahead and take a storyteller. I wouldn't be setting anything aside, or we would set 1 copper aside with yeah. It's a little bit awkward. We set 2 aside. We got 7 coins. Yeah. Maybe we just set 1 aside. I think so. dungeon, and I want one more festival. And then we aim to get like Storyteller Treasure Trove, probably. Oh, this could be all wrong. Huh. Yeah, I'll trash a copper. So there is another magpie down there. I think so. Right now we have 7 coins. Dungeon isn't going to. Oh, we need something to discard anyway, don't we? Yeah. I... So we could just do like fairy storyteller, take a storyteller, and then worry about the treasure trove next turn. That seems reasonable. I wonder if I should keep the estate in hand to trash it with the try to trash it with the magpie. I think the answer is yes. Yeah. Uh, I'll play the dungeon first. Yeah, I'll trash another copper. I guess we just gear the storyteller and the gear. All right. Treasure trove, another storyteller. Do we want to try to trash this copper? Kind of want to keep the treasure trove in hand for the storyteller. Hmm. We discard a magpie. That's not a big deal. Yeah, let's do that. I guess add a little bit more money to this. Copper. We have another copper down there? I don't know. We just saw the festival. It's probably just another magpie. We're gonna need all these magpies. Maybe we can gear the storyteller. It's the dungeon. Let's try to get away with this. Yeah, it worked. Okay. All right. I think we're gonna want another treasure trove. We're also gonna want to move the plan token. Let me. I guess it probably doesn't matter. This turn. Maybe for this turn we just take one more festival and a treasure trove, and then next turn we try to like plan on storyteller. How many magpies do we end up with? 4, 5, 6. Not as good as I'd have liked, but okay. Dungeon first. I'm gonna find the treasure trove with the storyteller. Do have enough stuff down here that the magpies could hit, of course. At least one. All right, nice. So we're definitely doing that. It would be nice to gear the other storyteller. Oh, that's a reason not to necessarily play the storyteller, isn't it? Hold on. Ah, 4 coppers in the discard. We only played 5 copper last turn, so there's 1 copper down there plus a treasure trove. Eh. Magpie. There's still another magpie down there, too. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there's a magpie down here, and there's festival. I want to play all the festivals. I ideally want to gear storyteller magpie. I want to draw all these cards. Storyteller therefore wants to draw 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. And then gear draws the other 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That works. Wait, it doesn't. The storyteller draws 1 card normally. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Storyteller draw in action. Can be a little finicky. All right. I want to I want to plan storyteller and buy at least one more. Let's suppose for the sake of argument that we're only buying one storyteller. What does that leave us with? That leaves us with 12 coins. We could go get one province and two storytellers. We could also consider having a third treasure trove. We plan and buy two storytellers. That leaves us with 8 coins. Yeah, we could buy. Right, if we go. I mean, we're a little light on the buy side, maybe, but we go plan storyteller, buy storyteller, buy storyteller. Oh, yeah, the buys. Okay, that's the problem. So, then do we want another festival? Like, we could go plan on storyteller, buy festival, buy treasure trove. That costs 16. We've obviously got enough money for that. In fact, we've got a little bit more than we need. And I guess why not? The bot drawing me all these extra cards does feel like maybe we don't need to be trenching these coppers. So the bot takes 2 provinces. There's no way that it's getting more than 3 provinces next turn. So I think realistically, it's not. I mean, I think it did. Did it draw its deck? I don't even know. I guess it doesn't have. There's no way it has all of its copper, so I guess not. How many golds did I play? I played 3. The block played 3. That gained a 4th, so it did play all the gold that it had. Okay. We do again want to save a storyteller if we can, but we do have another storyteller, so we could just go right now, double festival storyteller. Draw 7 that way. That seems fine. Hey, we do still want to find our other treasure trove. There it is. Draw 5 with the storyteller. I think that should be good enough. If we just play the treasure troves, I mean. We've got all these magpie. Well, yeah, we've got magpies that are going to be guaranteed to draw, so that's going to draw 8 cards. Plus the gear is going to draw another 2 cards, so that's 10 cards. There's 10 cards now. The storyteller is going to. Yeah, we're actually going to overdraw by 1. We can gear a magpie though. Underdraw by 1. Is that right? But we have another magpie down here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we can't quite quad, not that we would want to anyway. Um, Definitely getting 2 provinces. We could just take 3 duchies with that. Uh, and we will be capable of quadding next turn. We could also. I mean, it does depend on us like spending the right amount of money on storyteller. This turn we spent 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 coins on storyteller draw. We will have to spend more next turn, but we'll also have more to spend with the treasure trove stuff. And we don't have to necessarily gear our draw on next turn if the game is ending. Still, I am wondering if we should add like 1 more draw card. We could add like a council room, like double duchy council room. Suppose the bot gets to triple province. That would put it at 33 points. If we go double duchy now, we're at 18. We get the last province, we're at 24, and then we need uh, 3 duchies and an estate. We do only have 5 buys. Oh, let me make this easier on myself. Take the 2 duchies. Okay, so yeah, if the bot manages to triple, which I don't really think it will. It bought double province, lost city. Well, I guess it could. Probably. A little unclear. It has little reliability, but it does have just like a lot of velocities in council rooms. But it it drew into, let's see, 2, 3, 4. So it had 19. No, that can't be right. One festival. How 19 is not enough to buy Lost City in 2 provinces. What's going on? 2 from a festival, 2 from a treasure trove, 15. What? Fairy Lost City. Okay, right. Yeah, okay. So, so if it only had 19 coins, I mean, it does have more copper than it drew. It should have 10 copper, 4 gold. So it had 19, 20, 21, 20. Yeah, it definitely could hit triple. Okay. It's definitely possible. So if it draws everything, or close to everything. Right. So 33 points, we'd be down uh if by we get a province, we're at 24, we get 3 duchies, we're at 33, we get an estate, we're at 34. So the only risk there at that point would be that the bot actually hits triple province estate, which I think is possible. So I think we do just take another duchy. It looks like they are drawing through here. I don't think. Yeah, they did indeed get the estate. Okay, so we need a province. And then we need 3 duchies, or 2 duchies and 2 estates. Um, we do have an extra storyteller to play this turn. Just going to go ahead and play some magpies. Okay. Gear. So how much money do we need? Bronze 27, duchy to 30, duchy to 33, that's 18. So 20, we either need 23 money or 22 money, and we need to find one more buy. Either way, we had 31 last turn, so we really don't need to be conservative with the draw. Treasure trove, gold, gold. Draw some cards. And got our 2 treasure troves. We played 3 magpies. There's 7 cards, and then we have 8 cards left, and we still have. Yeah, I think just do it like that and that. Maybe throw a copper on top. Okay. And now we can just dungeon the last 2. There are 2 festivals. We could have geared this storyteller, province, duchy, 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 duchy. Obviously overshot by a bit. Yeah, in retrospect, I probably didn't need to bother with planning on storyteller and could have added a little bit more. Like, I could have added another bot with festival something. Um, the the storyteller treasure trove interaction is really nice. Having the gear on the dungeon to further reliability really, like, I the bot spent way more gains on deck control, but actually probably achieved less deck control. Um, and also was giving me additional deck control as well. Um, yeah, I mean, well, you could say, right? I spent these 4 on deck control plus the 3 storytellers is 7 gains. But these I got to do like earlier when when they were cheaper, blah blah blah. The bot got 9 velocity and velocity plus council room plus a dungeon. I don't know if from the bot's perspective maybe festival counts too because it's plus actions with the council rooms, but yeah. And obviously I had a lot more payload in my deck than the bot did. Um, the bot still started scoring first, and so like from a score wise, like it's close. But uh, like I think basically I think my build was significantly more efficient, maybe not maximally efficient, but I do think that this is the more efficient route to take. And yeah, the bot also for all of its 5 cost draw cards did not, I think, draw a deck on its second to last turn. Yeah, so here it doesn't say like triggers a shuffle. So it didn't draw a deck on this turn. It also didn't draw a deck on this turn. Uh, certainly not this turn. So yeah, I mean part of that I think that part of that is the bot wasn't playing with gear and dungeon. Part of it is that I wasn't playing with council room, so I wasn't drawing cards for the bot. I also wasn't playing with velocity, so I wasn't drawing cards for the bots. Um, yeah, yeah, and as sort of predicted, like even though there's 2 stacks of plus buy cards, it's still like a little bit awkward to add. Yeah, I guess the other thing is I should have ferried festival, and I thought about that at some point, and then I didn't end up doing it. But I ended up taking more festivals than storytellers. Like when you've got when you got the ability to gear a storyteller, you really don't need that many of them. I thought I would end up taking more than 3. I thought I would at least get like 4, maybe 5, but I just didn't end up needing it. Um, if the game had gone a turn longer, like if the bot had been a little slower to start scoring, I would have probably taken another storyteller. But nonetheless, I think in retrospect, ferrying festival would have just been better. It also wouldn't have been unreasonable to play with council room for buy instead. I mean, I like not drawing opponent cards, and festival doesn't have to be a stop card with storyteller anyway. So, like, and it's non-terminal, and while that isn't like, I mean, I only had 2 terminals in my deck, like playing 1 terminal per turn, so that's not necessarily a huge deal, but it is like it's still helpful, like to not have to worry about it. Um, yeah, so yeah, I think probably ferrying and planning actually on festival would have made more sense, and just like intend to only get like 3 storytellers because clearly need more than that. But I was thinking I would get at least like a 4th storyteller, so that's why. Um, yeah, I that's all I have to say about that. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.